All right, let's talk about looking at comparable sales. You have access to all the online stuff, just like everybody does today. Back in the day, you had to go to the realtor to find out what's sold, what's this, what's that. Today, everybody has access. There's no secrets. So the buyers know this, and so do you. So how do we look at it, and how can we make some sense of it? Now, of course, this is easier if you have a pretty run-of-the-mill home. If you have something super unique, this is always way, way more harder. But let's just talk about some of the basics that we can do. So the first thing is, I want you to take a look at the sold data first. Take things in and around your neighborhood or fairly proximity close by, and try to look for similar types of homes in similar styles and similar condition. And what I want you to look at is, if you say, hey, my neighbor sold for this much money and I know mine's better, okay, sure. Why is yours better? How do the kitchens compare? How do the size of the bedrooms compare? Are both bathrooms updated? Do they have a garage? Do you have a garage? What's the finished square footage? If there's a basement, is that finished? How is it dated? Is it not dated? Get a feel for the condition, and I want you to compare apples to apples. Then I want you to take a look at what's under contract. And we don't know what the final sold price is going to be, but we can see what the last listed price was when it went under contract. How do we stack up compared to that? Finally, I want you to take a look at the actives. If the active properties, are they way better or are they not as good? That's our current competition. So if you're going to go on the market today, that's what you'd be comparing to. Now, what I want you to do is forget pricing strategy, forget where you want to end up, how much money in your pocket, all that. I want you to forget that for a moment. And I just want you to say, okay, if I was a buyer and I was looking for a house that was similar in the similar price point or budget that your home is going to be in, how do you stack up compared to the competition? What would you pay for your house if you're a buyer today after you look at those comps? That's what I want you to say. That's the exercise. Now, after you do that, then we can kind of drill down and say, okay, given that, how much home prep do you want to do? And is it worth doing that stuff? Is it not? Does that bump you up to a different range? And of course, what pricing strategy do we want to do? Do we want to do that attractive, that super attractive, or the fair, right? We can drill into and see what's going to make sense. But before we talk about, I just want to walk away with this much money, what we got to say is, what would the buyer pay for your house? If we're going with that mindset, it's going to be way, way easier to compare and position our house. The last thing I want you to do is to kind of think about this. Anybody can price your home and just put you on the market. That's not good enough though. We got to get you in the market and get you in the game, because it doesn't do you any good just to have your house sitting there for sale forever. You want to sell for a reason. So let's talk about why that reason is and how we can get you there. I hope that makes good sense. I can't wait to see you in the next video.